Alright, we are going to install some plugins. So on the menu again, select Plugins. If you use the recommended hosting, you should have this plugin here, SG Optimizer, which is a great plugin for speeding up your site, purging the cache, all kinds of things. Now, if by any chance you don't have it and you did use the recommended hosting, you can find it and install it. So look for the button Add New. And if you don't have SG Optimizer, but this is only if you use the recommended hosting, just to make clear, you can use the search bar here and type it in. And here it is right here. Now in my case, and probably in your case as well, it's been installed by default, but I have known instances where it wasn't installed by default for whatever reason. So in that case, all you would need to do is click this button here, which will say Install Now, and then wait a moment until the button appears to say Activate, and then click Activate. That's all you need to do to make sure you have that plugin installed. Okay, now one thing you might want to do is you might want to install an under construction plugin, because in the past students have said to me, I don't want anybody to see my blog while I'm working on it and setting it up. So you can use an under construction plugin for that. Let's do a search in here for under construction. And this is the one we're going to use. It's the most popular one, Under Construction by Web Factory. So go ahead, click the Install Now button and activate. And we're going to go to the settings and choose an under construction page template. If you don't see this pop-up box, or if you've closed it, just click settings right here. And to enable the under construction page, select on. And you can leave all these off. In fact, I think you need the pro version, i.e. the paid version of this plugin, to use these features. We don't need the paid version because we're only doing this as a temporary thing. Design. You can choose any of these free designs here. I'm just going to go with this one, activate. Now that's pretty much all you need to do. We want to make sure everything's saved. And now when we go to the site, we should see the under construction page. We might need to purge the cache. We can do so just by clicking Purge SG Cache. Visit site. Yes, under construction mode is enabled, but you are whitelisted, so you see the normal site. So in other words, I can see the site because I'm whitelisted, but nobody else can. We can check it out in an incognito window. And here we are. So that's just looking at it in an incognito window in my browser. And this is what everybody is going to see until I decide to disable the under construction mode. And to disable it, very simple, just toggle under construction mode to off. And don't forget to save your changes whenever you make any. Okay, now the next plugin we are going to install is an anti-spam plugin. So back to plugins, add new, and you are looking for Akismet. Now very often, just on the default add new page, this is the first plugin showing. If not, just do a search for Akismet. Now for the purposes of the rest of this lesson, I've switched over to a different website. So just ignore that if you can. And the reason I've done that is because this is a remake of the original lesson showing you how to set up Akismet. The process has actually changed and I cannot demonstrate it on a website where I already have previously installed Akismet. So I'm using a different website where I don't have Akismet installed and activated previously. Alright, so ignore the fact that I'm using a different website just for the rest of this lesson. Okay, go ahead and click on Install Now and Activate.
Next, you're going to be prompted to set up a Kismet account. Now, the reason we use Akismet is just as it says here, eliminate spam from your site. Now, many of the comments that come through to your website will be spam, and a lot of them are going to be filtered out anyway because we set some things up earlier on in the settings, but there are still going to be a lot that manage to slip through. And as your website gets busier and busier, you get more and more traffic, more people visiting it. This is when you start to get really hit with these spam comments. So Akismet stops all of them. It pretty much stops 100% of spam comments, and that's what we want. Going to go ahead and click on set up your Akismet account. And here again, set up your Akismet account. Would you like to log into Akismet using your WordPress.com account? Yes, we do, but you may not have a WordPress.com account because it's a completely separate thing. Now, as you can see, I do have one already. I'm logged in, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up a new WordPress.com account because you probably won't have one. So I'm going to click log in as different account. Sign up for Akismet with a WordPress.com account. And now we're going to enter an email address, a username and a password. And you can use the same email address as you are using for your WordPress admin email address. That's fine. Choose a username, choose a password, and then click on create your account. Now in my case, because I have an account already, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to use my DIFW at doitforwildlife.co.uk account. And now it's going to give you the option of a paid account or a free non-commercial account. Now to begin with, I recommend that you go for a free non-commercial account because you haven't got any traffic. You're not making any money from your blog at this stage. Now you can upgrade later, but at this time you're not selling anything from your blog. You're not making affiliate sales. You're not making any money from your blog. So you could go for the non-commercial free version. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we need to drag this right down to 0 per year. I'm going to verify that I'm not selling anything, not promoting anything, because at this time we're not using it commercially just at this point in time. Now once again, just to remind you, I am using a different website for this particular demonstration. Take no notice at all of that. Continue with personal subscription. Oh, and don't forget to enter your name. Automatically save your Akismet API key. That's going to bring you back to your blog, and here we are all set up, and that is it done. So if you didn't automatically save your API key, that is it there. You can enter it manually, but if you click on automatically save it, it's going to be all set up for you, and that's it. All right, so as I say, at a later stage, when you do start to use your blog commercially, you're starting to make money from your blog, it is a good idea then to go ahead and upgrade to the plan, which is a few dollars per month. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson.